characters, incidents, names, and situations used in this story are fictitious. The resemblance to any person living or dead is purely coincidental. The following video contains some horror elements and suitable for a mature audience, 16 plus. This channel and video is not for kids. Hello friends, I am Arian, and welcome to our channel, Midnight Horror Stories, where you get to hear true and scary ghost stories. But before starting the story, all the friends who have come to this channel for the first time, please subscribe to the channel, and if you like the story, then definitely introduce yourself in the comment section. Then let's do not take much time and start our story quickly. Today I am going to share a very creepy incident with you again. By the way, this incident was in front of me for a long time. But because this incident was related to our village, and a lot of people have come to know that we tell you horror stories here. So because of this, we were not able to share this story that I do not know whether the people of the village liked it or not. And then the story of the girl of the village who lives in her in-laws' house. So some information was yet to come from there. But then later, when I took permission from him, he said that, okay, you can tell the story by changing some names in the story. I have discussed this with a lot of people because the girl lives in her in-laws' house, so it was necessary to get a lot of information from there too. So I contacted all the knowledgeable people there, and I got to know a lot of things. Often, many people believe that we can achieve many things in life through Tantra Mantra. And these things are said by the same people who do not want to work hard in their life, and it is a straight path. You want to get everything in your life through the shortcut path. But you have no idea how terrible the damage these things cause. And the girl who has this story had also made similar mistakes, due to which the entire family was on the verge of ruin. So look, what I mean to say is that you should not fall into the trap of these things, and this is what you will get to know from this incident. The story is of Shalini. Shalini lived in our neighborhood long ago. She was not so beautiful to look at and was not particularly good at studies. She always used to pass like that. Shalini was always inclined towards black magic. Even at her home, she used to do small tricks by reading in newspapers and magazines, etc. His family members would refuse him for this, but if Shalini did not agree, he would not say much. Shalini was born 10 to 12 years after her parents' marriage. Shalini was 27 years old but was not married. That was the reason that the people of the neighborhood would tell that Shalini does black magic. At first, Shalini did not mind this, but seeing the girls of the neighborhood coming happily with their husbands, she also wished that she too would get a loving life partner. So now any relationship comes, Shalini tries her best to make sure that everything is good, but it does not happen. Upset with all this, Shalini's parents changed the house so that Shalini's marriage could be minimized by going to another place. At the same time, Shalini had only done small tricks till date. But now I was thinking of doing something for my wedding. He did some strange sorcery, and whether it was a coincidence or really the effect of that trick cannot say, because Shalini's marriage was fixed with a boy of her age. Shalini's family was very happy with this. Shalini was happy, but she started thanking black magic for all this. Shalini got married at the appointed time and came to Rakesh's house as a bride. Rakesh was a very nice person. He also took care of Shalini. He had a government job, because of which there was no shortage of anything in the house. But Shalini's black magic learning. The hobby almost spoiled this family. Rakesh had an elder sister, Rama, who was a widow, and now these people wanted to get her married again. But Rama was not ready for this. Rama had a love marriage and her husband had died shortly after marriage, because of which many people of the society fraternity did not like Rama. In such a situation, one night Shalini said to Rakesh, "Look, Rakesh, I know that you do not believe in all this, but if you obey me once and do this, then Didi will get married." Rakesh's heart was very sad to see his sister like this, so he clearly told him all. He said that if his sister gets married by doing anything, then he is ready to do it. On this, Shalini told him that if he convinces Rama to marry him, then the work will be done. At the same time, we will also persuade a good boy to marry Didi. Hearing this, Rakesh laughed and said that nothing like this happens. Then Shalini said that you have to get Didi married with a good boy, so leave it all to me and prepare for the wedding. Rakesh thought Shalini was joking. That's why he didn't say anything. But all this helped Shalini to continue her hobby of black magic here as well. The next day, Shalini was in the kitchen cooking. Then she was muttering strange mantras while reading in a book. She was muttering those mantras and running a pot mounted on the gas when suddenly Rama came there and said, "Bobby, I will help you." Hearing this, Shalini said, "Oh no, Didi, You sit next to mother and father. Until then, I'll bring you all something to eat." Hearing this, Rama went out of there and did the rest of the work. Shalini started watching and got back to her work. Meanwhile, Rakesh came there and said, "Shalini, today I have to go early, so I will have breakfast outside. You eat it all." After this, Rakesh left from there. After a while, Shalini fed her mother-in-law, father-in-law, and sister-in-law the food she cooked with black magic. After eating a morsel of that food, they all started eating like an animal. Seeing this, Shalini's eyes lit up. When Rakesh came in the evening of the same day, all the people except Shalini were sleeping. Then Shalini said to Rakesh, "I told you that I will take over your sister's mind with black magic. See, I did it. Not only your sister, but also your parents." Rakesh was surprised to hear this. At first, he was not convinced. But when he showed all three of them all the work according to his wish, Rakesh was convinced, but he was also afraid of it. So he asked Shalini to make everything normal. Shalini then explained to him that she had done all this to get Rama married, so once she gets married, she will make everything normal. Rakesh also wanted to marry Rama. That's why he said yes to it. After some time, Rakesh liked a boy named Gaurav for Rama, and he talked to his family about Rama's marriage. At the same time, he also told that Rama is a widow. The boys agreed to the marriage, but they demanded a hefty dowry for marriage. In order to settle his sister's house, Rakesh agreed to this too and took a loan from the bank. Now that Rama was in Shalini's bus, she did not say much. Rama is married to Gaurav, and now Rakesh is very happy. At the same time, Shalini was also proud of her black magic. During this time, it came to Shalini's mind that if she is doing so well without a guru, then what else can the guru teach her? That's why she talked to Rakesh about it. Rakesh was very happy with his sister's marriage. I started thinking that if it was understood and increased better, then a lot of their problems would be solved. So he gave permission to Shalini for this. Shalini now started looking for a good guru, and her search was completed in Assam. When about a very big tantric from Assam, when Shalini came to know about it, she went to meet him with Rakesh and requested him to learn this knowledge. Then the tantric said, "You have a lot of passion to learn, so I will teach you, but it will take some time, and you will have to learn everything by staying here during this time. We have to serve them together." Rakesh didn't want to believe it, but due to Shalini's stubbornness, she had to agree. After this, Rakesh left Shalini there and came back, and Shalini stayed there and started learning all the disciplines of Tantra Mantra. Shalini has been in a long time learning all this, and then she came back. Shalini had now returned, but she seemed to have changed a little now. His body was a little pale. There was a strange emptiness on her face, and she was staring strangely at everyone who came by. Rakesh was also watching all this, but he didn't pay much attention to it. Meanwhile, one day Rama came to her house and said, "I don't know why I agreed to get married. This guy isn't good at all. He and his family beat me up. Let me ask you to ask for money from people. Those people, they have threatened me that if I don't bring 0 rupees from you people, then these people will not let me enter the house." Rakesh felt very bad after seeing his sister in this way. He began to feel that he was responsible for his sister's situation. If he hadn't married her to her, she wouldn't have had to see all this today. He was getting very angry. But before he could say anything, Shalini said, "What has happened now cannot be changed. And if we keep Rama back at home, then people will tell all kinds of things that will make it difficult for Rama to live. It will be. So now we have to do something else." Hearing this, Rakesh said, "What can we do except bring our sister back? Look, I am not one of those who does not support her sister due to fear of the community, and I also know that these people are not going to reform so easily." Then Shalini said, "You are right, but what will happen by doing this? This is not going to improve Rama's life. We have to do something to improve these people, and that is black magic." Hearing this, Rakesh did not understand whether it would be right to do this or not, because he had also tried this, and it only spoiled his sister's life. Shalini then explained to him that there is no fault of black magic in it. We had just done Vashikaran on Rama from our side, but we made a mistake in finding this guy. But now the mistake we have made will also have to be corrected through black magic. Rakesh also got this right, and then now he gave Shalini permission to do black magic on Gaurav and his family again, and this time Rama was also with him. the same night, Shalini made a white powder in the middle of her room. He made a star-like shape and then placed a candle on each of the corners of that star and placed a picture of Gaurav and his family in the empty space in the middle of that star. After this, he started chanting strange mantras. After some time, he cut his hand and poured the blood into a bowl, and after that, he spread that blood around that picture. After a while, she took a black doll and started pricking it with a needle and chanting strange mantras. After this, he placed that black doll near that picture. Then he took the second black doll and did the same with her. After all this, the atmosphere there became a bit strange. The air thickened a bit, and there was a strange coolness in the atmosphere. After this, Shalini picked up all the dolls while muttering some mantras and took them out into the courtyard. He went there and dug a pit in the soil and buried the 3 dolls inside the pit. She then went to Rama and gave him a laddu and said, "Eat it. After this, your in-laws will obey all your words, and whichever of them is a little stronger and willful, it won't work as well on that. But don't worry. If he still doesn't listen to you, it won't be nice to him." Hearing this, Rama happily ate the laddu. At the same time, Rakesh was also happy that all this would settle his sister's house. The next day, when Rama reached her in-laws' house, she saw that her mother-in-law's health had deteriorated. She slipped in the bathroom, due to which she suffered severe injuries and was being taken to the hospital at the time. At the same time, all the people of the house were talking to Rama as if that nothing has happened. Rama also behaved normally with everyone and came to the hospital with her breath. After some time, when she regained consciousness, she found Rama in front of her and asked her if she had brought money from her brother's house. Hearing all this, Rama got very angry because her mother-in-law's life is lying here. But he still needs money. But before Rama could say anything, her husband Gaurav interrupted. "You first look at your money, then see what happened to you in the bathroom. You know that your leg is broken. Now it will take time to join the bone at this age. So rest for a few months, and after today, beware that you disturb the peace of the house for money." Then after hearing all this, Rama understood that her breath was not going to be controlled so easily. But she was also happy that let's do more now. "I can't." Rama's breath could see that no one in her house was interrupting Rama for money. But now that she was in bed, there was nothing she could do. At the same time, Rakesh was very happy with all this, his talk to Rama. And Rama would tell him that she had no problem at all. Everything is going very well. Rakesh's parents here were religious people, and they did not like Shalini's black magic sorcery in this way. He explained a lot to Rakesh and Shalini for this, but beyond the amount they had gained from doing all this, they found their parents' words useless. Rakesh's parents also spoke to Shalini's parents about this, but Shalini's parents also did nothing except convince them. Fed up with all this, Rakesh's parents also left all this in the hands of God, that they would get famine on their own in time. Shalini and Rakesh had been married for over 2 years and had just started missing a child in their life. So both of them started preparing for the arrival of the child. But they were all here for over 8 months. But Shalini had not conceived yet. Because of this, Rakesh's mother advised both of them to go to the temple of God and bow their heads and ask them for the child's vow. But Shalini clearly told God, "In how much time will he give it when asked? There are many people who do not get the happiness of a child even after 101 years of marriage. So would they not ask for such a vow? But then why don't they get it? If everything was done by asking for a vow, then Rakesh also found Shalini's point right, because he found logic in his words. That's why he said that now whatever Shalini will do, he is with her because she has always benefited by obeying Shalini. With the help of her husband and getting full knowledge of Tantra Mantra, Shalini was very proud of herself. So I thought of getting a child through black magic. Rakesh was with him, but Rakesh's mother had categorically denied that there would be no such work in our house because she had often heard that those who sacrifice a child when they get a child through black magic. Here Shalini had clearly said that all this is not to be done in the action she is going to do. But his breath was not ready to listen at all. So now Shalini was forced to do Vashkaran on her in-laws again. After all this, they sat peacefully in the house. Gay and Shalini devised a dangerous tantric plan. According to that tantric ritual, this kriya was to be performed from the first new moon to about 9 new moons. In the meantime, Shalini will conceive, and when Shalini conceives, then this action has to end there. He needed an open space for this action because he had to do this action under the open sky late at night. There was also a forest near his house. Rakesh and Shalini thought of going to that forest and doing that sadhana. Rakesh's parents, who were stuck in Vashkaran, he couldn't say anything about all of them. On the first Amavasya, Rakesh and Shalini reached the forest with all the accessories of that action. During this time, he had already visited the forest once in the day and inspected the place. Both of them went to the place where they had to perform the tantric ritual. The place was leveled by removing the chandelier, and now they came to this place and started keeping all their belongings. Whatever Shalini had done so far, the result of all that was good, which Rakesh had seen with his own eyes. Today, due to Shalini's black magic, her sister, the in-laws, were happy. Well, after keeping all the things, they put a pool in the ground and lit a fire on it and started chanting strange mantras. After some time, Shalini cut Rakesh's index finger and poured blood from it into the pool. Then he cut off his index finger and poured blood from it into the pool. After this, both husband and wife started dancing around that pool, chanting strange mantras. In this tantric ritual, he poured desi ghee, cat's tail, red cloth, and what not to know in the pool. Lasted till about 3 to 4 a.m. After this sadhana, both of them came home. On the next Amavasya, both of them did the same sadhana again, and finally Shalini's feet became heavy at the time of the fourth Amavasya. Rakesh was not happy with all this because today he had got the biggest happiness of his life. He was going to be a father, but he still had a few things to take care of. Because this child was the child of black magic, Shalini needed special care. It was necessary to keep him away from sunlight. At the same time, he had to keep away from all sattvic things. By the way, understand Rakesh at this time. I should have known that something was wrong, but everything that had been going according to him so far, he felt that everything would be according to him. Well, Shalini now started living inside a room inside the house. During this time, all the windows and doors of the house would be curtained, and Shalini used to think about increasing her powers by staying in that room. Rakesh would come in the evening and take Shalini out at night so that she could get some fresh air. Rakesh was taking great care of Shalini's food and drink. All the housework was watching her breath, and when Shalini got the sixth. After a month, Rama also came here from her in-laws' house. Shalini was about to become a mother, but there was also a fear in her mind, which she was not able to tell anyone. During this time when Rama came here, she stayed with Shalini most of the time and felt all this while being near her. Rama talked to Rakesh about this, and Rakesh told her that maybe she is becoming a mother for the first time. Because of this, I am scared, but there is nothing to worry about. It will be fine with time. Then Rama explained to him that it was not that concern. From his face, she looked a little nervous. It looks like she's hiding something. You should talk to him. Hearing this, Rakesh spoke to Shalini about this. At first, Shalini did not agree to speak about it, but in a while she broke down, and after hearing what she told, the ground slipped under Rakesh's feet. Shalini said that this is a child born from black magic, so I can't say how it will be, meaning that it can also be human, and there is also a half chance of it being a human or a devil. Hearing this, all Rakesh's happiness vanished. He doesn't understand. That's what to do. Shalini had told him all this at a time when nothing could be done about it now. He was thinking about this when Rama asked him about it. Then Rakesh told him all the truth. Hearing this, Rama felt a little scared, but then she thought of something and said, "Look, there is nothing to be afraid of. We will do one thing. If this child is a human child, we will keep it. But if it's diabolical, we'll finish it off right away." Rakesh also felt right about this, and now they started waiting for the child to be born. A few months later, late at night, Shalini suddenly started having labor pains. Now because the intention of all of them was that they would kill him when he had a devilish child. That's why they didn't go to the hospital. Here Shalini gave the responsibility of delivering Rakesh and Rama, and because this child was the child of black magic, there were also some special instructions for him. Well, Rama delivered Shalini as per Shalini and her mother's instructions, and after some time Shalini gave birth to a beautiful, healthy boy. Everyone was very surprised to see that child, because that child was absolutely seemed normal. Seeing this, Rama asked Shalini whether this child is devilish or not. Shalini was looking at her child. She lovingly took her child in her lap and kissed his forehead. Shalini's mother's affection had taken over her. She didn't want to end the baby she had held in her womb for 9 months. Her child was demonic. He had a part of the devil in him, and it had to be eliminated in time. But Shalini could not strangle her mother, and she told everyone that this child is absolutely normal. Hearing this, Rakesh and everyone else heaved a sigh of relief, and now Rakesh was much happier as his family was truly complete today. Now he had become a father. That's why he couldn't contain his joy. Rama was also very happy to become an aunt, and they informed everyone about it the next day. Shalini's parents came home and started feeding the child in their arms. The child was with his grandmother when his grandmother realized that this child was something strange. She looked at the child intently when suddenly a smile appeared on the child's face. It arrived. Seeing this, she was very nervous, but she didn't say anything because no one believed her. His mind was very disturbed by the child's actions, so she hurriedly took him off his lap and came out to look after the rest of the work. Meanwhile, Shalini's father picked up the child and started playing with the child. While feeding the child, he moved his hands very close to the child's mouth. Before he could do anything, the child opened his mouth and started biting Shalini's father's finger. By the way, such a small child had no teeth in his mouth, but still Shalini's father he thought this kid was biting his hand. He immediately took his hand out of the mouth of the children and saw that there was a wound on his hand. Seeing this, he said to Shalini nervously, "This child is really strange. It hasn't even grown up yet, and it already has teeth in its mouth." Hearing this, Shalini said, "You must have had a problem. He has no teeth in his mouth. Let me show you." After speaking, Shalini opened the child's mouth and showed it to her father. Seeing this, his father would never look inside the child's mouth in amazement, where there was not a single tooth. He had never had a wound on his hands. Shalini's father could not understand how this happened, but then he came out of there without saying much. There was a sense of panic on Shalini's face. He looked at the child and said, "Don't do anything that makes everyone doubt you, son. You just need blood, don't you? I'll bring it to you." Shalini's parents left the same day. On the way, Shalini's mother told the whole thing to Shalini's father. Hearing this, his father had enough. He was more surprised and told him everything that had just happened. Shalini's mother was beginning to feel that all this was not a coincidence. Surely this kid is something wrong. So he thought of doing something about it, because if nothing is done in time, then this child can become a danger to all of them. Shalini was looking for blood for her newborn child, but because of her condition now, she could not go out anywhere. So he decided to do it at home. After some time, Rama came there and sat beside him. Seeing Rama there, Shalini had a plan in mind. Shalini muttered a few mantras to her as Rama was talking to her. The effect of those mantras was that Rama became rooted in her place. Seeing this, a terrible smile appeared on Shalini's face. She got up and opened the door, and then came to Rama with her child in her arms. She picked up Rama's finger and put it in her children's mouth. As soon as this happened, the children started drinking Rama's blood by cutting her finger. Rama, who was absolutely rooted, was not bothered by all this. She just sat calmly and comfortably in her place. After a while, the child released Rama's finger. As soon as this happened, Shalini put him back in his place and then muttered a few mantras and brought Rama back to normal. Rama didn't remember what had just happened to her here. She went about her work after talking like this for a while. Now it was happening almost every day. Shalini would hypnotize Rama and make her child drink her blood and then bring him back to normal. After about 5 to 6 days, Rama's body started to weaken. His face was turning pale. That's why he fainted while working one day. Done. When Rakesh took her to the doctor told him that Rama had very little blood in her body. There is a lot of weakness in his body, that's why she fainted. But there is nothing to worry about. If you pay good attention to her eating and drinking, she will be fine. Rakesh could not understand why all this was happening to his sister, because his sister was absolutely right. So how did he suddenly have such a problem? She now asked Rama to rest, and her mother now looked after all the household chores. But here's Shalini's child. Every day a small amount of blood was needed, and he had to satisfy his hunger anyway. So when his breath came into her room, Shalini now hypnotized her breath, and now she started giving her breath blood to her child. She was an old woman, so she could not bear all this for more than 2 days and fell ill. All this was making Shalini very angry because all this was affecting her child's diet. Well, if he doesn't drink blood, it doesn't matter. But without blood, he could have been weak, and later I can't even get into the sun. So blood was necessary for him for now. But here now her sister-in-law and breath were not in this condition. So now he thought that he should drink Rakesh's blood. Thinking of all this, when Rakesh came in the night, Shalini hypnotized him and made the child drink his blood. After drinking Rakesh's blood for 2-3 days, Rakesh also started getting weak. Seeing this, Shalini got a little nervous because even though she was doing all this in her child's mouth, she also loved her husband very much, so she stopped it here. But here's Shalini. His luck was quite right because during all this, Gaurav came there to pick up Rama. Seeing this, Shalini's eyes lit up. Till now he had to feed the blood of someone to that child for only 6 days, and here Gaurav himself had come to solve his problem. Seeing the opportunity, Shalini started feeding Gaurav's blood to her children. Gaurav had become very weak. That's why Shalini was stopping him there again and again. Everyone also got his point right, and they also asked Gaurav to stay there. 6 days passed, and now Shalini's child is normal. I was ready to be with the kids, but Gaurav had become very weak. That is why Shalini's family was taking great care of Gaurav. After all, he was the Jamai of the house that stayed. When Gaurav felt a little better than before, he took Rama back to his house. All the family members were with Rama here, but his breath still hadn't changed. He was suspecting that Rama must have done something wrong. That's when the whole family's with him, but there was nothing she could do about it. If she said something about Rama to anyone, then she would start fighting with him. Because of this, she was silent, but she was on the lookout for when she would find out something against Rama. Shalini's child was now growing up. Meanwhile, Rama also told that she is going to become a mother. Everyone in the house was very happy, but when Rama's in-laws came here, they found Shalini's behavior very strange. He saw that where all the daughters-in-law of the rest of the house used to give in the morning and evening, Shalini did not do anything like this. There is not even any idol of God at his house it was. Rama's mother-in-law also felt that there is a kind of negativity at their house, and there is a negativity effect on Shalini's child as well. When he looked at the child carefully, he found that where all the family members keep their children under house arrest, etc. At the same time, Shalini's child was not put under any such detention. When her mother-in-law asked Shalini about this, Nirab clearly said that she does not believe in all this, so she does not wear all this to her child. Rama's mother-in-law couldn't say much about it as it was now her. It was of its own free will. But now he understood that there was something wrong with Shalini. When she talked about this in the neighborhood, she came to know that Shalini does not keep much with anyone outside. I have never even seen him reciting a prayer. Rama didn't even want to get married, but I don't know how Shalini convinced him to get married. Hearing all this, Rama's mother-in-law's suspicion had now turned into belief that this Shalini is something wrong, and there is no point in speaking about it in front of everyone right now, because Shalini he had subdued everyone, so no one was listening to him. After staying there for a few hours, they came back, and now Rama's breath started looking for a tantric, so that some solution could be found by talking about it. But where are such tantrics so easily found? On the other hand, when Shalini's parents came to Shalini's house, Shalini was working in the kitchen and her son was sleeping in the room. Shalini's parents came to the room to see her child after talking to her for a while. There he saw that the child was not on the bed. Both of them were surprised to see this because the child was not yet able to walk. He could only walk on his knees, so where could he go? Thinking of all this, both husband and wife started looking at the child in that room when they felt movement from behind the curtain near the window in the room. When the two of them removed the curtain, they found that Shalini's child was sitting on the ground. He had a dead rat in his hand and his neck was missing from it. The child was also chewing something and a lot on his mouth and clothes. There was also blood. Shalini's parents had come to know that it was this child who had killed the rat. Whenever both of them used to meet this child, then they used to know something strange about this child, and today he has done the limit. Shalini's parents were very nervous. They knew something was wrong. That's why they both left from there. Both of them began to feel that there was a demonic shadow over this child, because of which this child is doing such things. They both wanted this kid to be over. That demonic shadow should be removed and no one will know about it. So now both of them also started looking for a suitable person, but here they were finding all the hypocrites in hypocrites. On the other hand, Shalini's child was slightly different from normal children, and Rakesh also started noticing this. He had also seen the child sometimes acting quite strangely, so he talked to Shalini about it. Hearing this, Shalini was a little nervous that her secret would not be revealed to everyone. He explained to Rakesh that this child was born like normal children. It has not happened. That's why he does such things. But as it gets bigger, it will become normal. So don't be afraid. Rakesh could not say anything further because he had full faith in Shalini. Till today, when he had obeyed Shalini, he had benefited a lot. For this reason, he felt that maybe Shalini was telling the truth. Shalini, on the other hand, was a little upset with all this. So one day she told her husband that she would have to go back to her guru to learn some important sadhana. This is the sadhana that is performed after the completion of 1 year of the child. That's why she's going to meet him. Rakesh didn't stop him for this at all because he knew that Shalini was doing what she was doing. So Shalini took her belongings and the child and set out for Assam to meet her guru. After meeting her guru, Shalini told him that I raised a child through Tantra mantra, but he is a devilish child. It's still small, so no one knows. But as it gets bigger, people will get to know. Hearing this, his guru told him that through the Tantra mantra, a normal child, the chances of getting it are halved, whereas half the devil is left to get a child. In such a situation, it is necessary to kill that demonic power as soon as it is detected. So you should put an end to it. Hearing this, Shalini said, I can't do this. This is my own child. No matter what it is, I can't do the work of killing it. You tell me some way so that it becomes completely normal. Hearing this, his guru said, there is a solution, but it is a very difficult solution. 9 innocent people will die while doing it, and once that action starts, you will lose 9 people. Sacrifices will have to be made. Otherwise, this child will die. It is not right to kill so many people to save one life. Our tantric society does not give the slightest consent to do it, so I would advise you not to do this, and you know the other way. Hearing this, Shalini said, it doesn't matter to me whether I have to sacrifice 9 people or 900 for my child. I just have to save my child. Then his guru said, okay, as you see fit, but remember to give you a sacrifice every month. Only then will your child be normal. After this, Shalini came back home with her child after knowing the whole thing about this sadhana. Then Shalini said to Rakesh, we have to do one last sadhana for our child, and that sadhana will last for the entire 9 months. If we don't do that sadhana, then we will lose our child forever. Hearing this, Rakesh was very nervous, and then he asked him which sadhana he had to do. He would accompany him in it. As long as it was just a matter of tantra, Hari was supporting him. But now it's a matter of killing someone. It was done. He also killed not 1 or 2, but 9 people, so there was no guarantee that Rakesh would accompany him. That's why Shalini told him that I am sorry that I had hidden so much from you, but today I'm going to tell you the truth. Then do what you think is right. Actually, when we did that sadhana, we were not just 2 people sitting together, but our whole family was sitting with us, and now because we have got a normal child. So in such a situation, the demonic power is angry because it has been defeated, so now we have to do anything to please that devil, so that he would leave our family. If we don't, he will kill our whole family. Now you must be understanding that it will not be so easy to please the power that can destroy our entire family. But there's a way to make him happy. We will have to sacrifice 9 people to that devil for the next 9 months. Only then will our family survive. Each month is for the month before we are born, and when we have given 9 sacrifices according to the law, the devil will leave our family. But here you won't have to fear it, that you have to lure someone for sacrifice. All you have to do is bring me some clothes of whomever you are sacrificing, and then we will worship him ritually and hand over that person's life to the devil, and the devil himself will take his life. Hearing this, Rakesh got very angry and slapped Shalini and angrily said to her, today you broke my trust. I trusted you. I thought that if all this does not harm anyone, then there is no harm in doing it, but 1 or 2 of them all. No, but 9 people will be killed, and this son of ours will be responsible for all this. I don't want this baby. If you can do something and return it to normal, then do it. Shalini shook her head in the negative. All this made Rakesh very nervous because now he will have to kill someone even if he does not want to. Then Shalini told him that a sacrifice would have to be made tomorrow because tomorrow is the new moon of the month. Rakesh did not understand where to find such a person in such a short time. At the same time, Shalini said to him that Rama's mother-in-law has become very old and she is also very ill. And in such a situation, if something happens to her, then no one will doubt it. Rakesh did not want to do this, but he did not find a better option than Rama's mother-in-law for the time being. So he went to meet Rama at her house on the same day and, seeing the opportunity, hid her mother-in-law's sari drying on the rope. By now, the effect of Vashikaran on Rakesh's mother was over, and she was absolutely normal. She had seen Rakesh handing over the sari to Shalini. Seeing this, it didn't take long to understand. Here, both of them are definitely cooking some khichdi again, so he decided to secretly watch it all. The next day after dinner, both husband and wife went back to the forest with all the belongings. During this time, Rakesh's mother started chasing both of them at a certain speed. After coming here, both of them again did the same sadhana that they had done before the birth of that child. The atmosphere around them had become terrifying due to that sadhana of both of them. Because of this, Rakesh's mother was very nervous, but still he did that sadhana, saw it being completed. After the completion of the sadhana, Shalini said, "Today our first sadhana has been completed very well. With this, Satan will take his first sacrifice in a few days. But our work is not yet done, so that Satan can remove his evil eye from our house. For this, we have to give 8 more sacrifices." Hearing this, Rakesh said, "We have just sacrificed Rama's breath, but who will we sacrifice next?" Then Shalini said, "I will see all this work. Find people to sacrifice. Don't worry, we still have a whole month left. Until then, no, neither will we find anyone." Hearing this, Rakesh's mother got very nervous, and now before they could see him, she left from there. Rakesh's mother was very nervous after hearing the words of both of them. He was afraid that if there was any truth in the words of these people, then these people would not kill the people of the house now. She was very upset thinking about all this, that then a few days later, a terrible accident happened. Rama's mother-in-law was sleeping comfortably in her room. During this time, her husband was also sleeping next to her. Late at night, his eyes suddenly opened. As soon as you open your eyes, what they saw in front of them was going to make them scream in fear. He saw that a terrible shadow was hanging upside down on the side of the ceiling. The whole body of that terrible shadow was shining like a tube light. A long tongue also came out of her face and licked Rama's breath. Rama's breath got up from there and tried to escape, but she didn't know why she couldn't move from her place. She was trying hard, but all her efforts failed. After a while, the dreadful shadow stretched out his glowing white hand and placed his hand on his heart. Stopped him. Rama's breath could feel his heart stop beating. His whole body was drenched in sweat, and in no time his life wings flew away. The next day, when everyone woke up, they found him dead, and the news was hurriedly reported everywhere. When Rakesh's mother came to know the news of his death, she was very nervous because the first sacrifice of Rakesh and Shalini had been successful, and now she does not know who to sacrifice next. Everyone got him cremated, and then Rakesh's mother started thinking that now who will be the next sacrifice? Will ascend. It was almost the end of the month, but till now Rakesh had not thought about who to sacrifice next. Even after thinking a lot, when she did not think of anything, Shalini said that since Rama's breath has ended, her father-in-law has started getting very upset, and perhaps he also had a paralysis attack. I don't think he will be able to live in this way for long. You understand what I'm trying to say? Hearing this, Rakesh stared at him and then left. He went straight to Rama's house from there and then started consoling everyone there. After some time, he saw an opportunity from there and brought a towel which was kept in his father-in-law's room. At the appointed time, both of them did that sadhana again and then returned home. But here, the opposite of what they both thought happened. When Gaurav was working in his office, due to the crowd near the lift at the time of leave, he started coming down the stairs. Meanwhile, he got a sharp push from behind and fell straight down. Gaurav died on the way to the hospital, and Rama became a widow again. Rakesh was shocked to hear all this. He had mistakenly brought Gaurav's towel instead of Gaurav's father, because of which Gaurav lost his life today. When he reached his sister's in-laws' house, he saw his sister in this condition again. Seeing his sister crying like this, he was very angry with himself, but there was nothing he could do now. A few days later, Rakesh returned home with his sister. Rama had just begun to live life, but now she was missing again. On this, Shalini explained to him that they would marry Rama again at a good place. But Rakesh, I didn't mind. He was blaming himself for his sister's condition, and now he could not correct his mistake even if he wanted to. Rakesh was very upset because of all this. Because of this, he could not arrange the next sacrifice. Then Shalini said to him, "You made one mistake earlier by sacrificing Rama's husband, and now by killing Rama and her child, you are going to make another mistake." Rakesh was very nervous after hearing this. Now he did not want anyone in his family to die, so he went out of the house and started looking for someone. Quite a finding. But when he did not find anyone, he came back tired. Then Shalini told her that Rama's husband is dead and now sacrifice Rama's in-laws to get Rama's child his rights. This will also make our work, and Rama and her child will also get their due. Hearing all this, Rakesh got very angry and said, "It is very easy for you to say all this because till now you are not facing the pain that I and my family are facing. If you don't suffer this pain, then you will know." Shalini doesn't do anything on this. She said because she knew that Rakesh was still very broken, and at such a time, it would not be right to say anything in front of him. Otherwise, the dice can backfire. On the other hand, Rakesh's mother was very angry with all this because these people had made her daughter a widow again for their selfishness. Rakesh's mother had understood that the devil was harming them, but Shalini and her mind will sink her family. So he made a move. A few days later, she approached Shalini and said, "I have come to know that our family, there is a devil's shadow over it. Maybe that's why all this is happening. I overheard you two talking. Tomorrow is the night of the new moon, and tomorrow the next sacrifice will have to be performed. So I have arranged for the next sacrifice. I have a friend. This is her daughter-in-law, Sari, and you must sacrifice her now." Shalini didn't care who was being sacrificed. For him, it was necessary that anyone should be sacrificed so that he could normalize his child. The next day, she, along with Rakesh and her child, went back to the forest where she sacrificed, and then they came back. A few days later, when Shalini was sleeping late at night, she woke up suddenly after hearing someone's voice. He heard someone calling his name. Hearing that voice, Shalini followed that voice to the courtyard of the house. On the wall in the courtyard of the house, he saw a 15 to 20 feet long shadow. Seeing him, now Shalini said before he could say anything, "I was very happy with your practice. You have found a child through your knowledge of Tantra mantra, and now you have also succeeded in normalizing it." Hearing this, Shalini said in surprise, "What are you saying?" "He still needs some more sacrifices to become normal." Hearing this, the shadow said, "You had hidden this fact from your family, that if you were sacrificed, then your child would become normal. You hid this from everyone, but your breath turned out to be quite clever. He found out from your master and all the items in the sacrifice you had just given were yours. It was the same sari that you had worn after some time of marriage, and now you had forgotten it. Your mother-in-law took advantage of this, whatever it may be." "What do I mean by that? I have received the most worthy sacrifice. I am setting your child free, but now you're walking with me forever." Hearing this, Shalini panicked and ran back inside the house, but it was too late. The terrifying shadow stretched out his hand and gripped Shalini. At the same time, Shalini's heartbeat slowly started stopping, and then she died in no time. The next morning, when everyone found Shalini dead in this way, everyone was shocked. At the same time, Rakesh also started thinking that, now how will he make the next sacrifice? After Shalini's funeral, Rakesh's mother told her everything, and she told her that her son was absolutely fine now. Shalini knew that if Shalini sacrificed herself, everything would be all right, but he chose the death of 9 people instead of his own death. Rakesh's mother said, "You supported Shalini a lot from the beginning, due to which today she was standing in front of us as the death of everyone in this way." She didn't know what to do later. Listening to his mother, Rakesh realized what a big mistake he had made. If he had stopped Shalini in time, Shalini would have been today. It would have been with them sooner or later. They get everything. But where he stood today, it is still the same. His sister had come back as a widow. Even though his son was now completely normal, Rakesh was always afraid that there was still some demonic element in this child born from black magic. Thinking of all this, Rakesh used to get his child engaged in more and more worship. Seeing the child peacefully engrossed in worship, Rakesh gets a lot of comfort that after losing all this, at least he has found his child. So friends, now you must have come to know that the one who gets stuck in such things gets happiness for some time. Success is achieved for some time, but that thing does not last for a long time. Now here Shalini may have acquired powers through some tantra mantras, got a good in-laws, got a good husband, and there was no shortage in the house of anything. But once she got used to the tantra mantra, then she started applying the tantra mantra in everything. When he thought of moving forward in his life, his generation, if she thought of moving forward, she could have a child naturally, or she would have relied on God. It may take a while, but sometimes God listens and he too gets a child. But she adopted the wrong thing and had to adopt it because she had indulged in these things. His mind could never get out of the tantra mantra, and it had become his habit to achieve everything through the tantra mantra. But later you understood how big his loss was, and even if you saw it, you never saw it. Don't fall for everyone, nor did these canoes fall into the trap of tantric babs and hypocrites. If you go here, you will only get your life annihilated. Always take refuge in God. Now, no matter how they keep it, whether they keep it good or bad, believe me, they will never harm you. So friends, this was our story today. Do tell us how you liked the story by commenting. And those who have not yet subscribed to the channel must subscribe to the channel. Take care of yourself and your family. I, your friend, will meet you soon with a new story. Thank you.